Guys and dolls. So, I haven't got my selfie stick yet. I am working on it. And I'm getting a wee bit more confident with the videos. Sorry about the sun. Um, yeah, it's a very strange sun. I don't know if anybody's noticing that, but there's something not right. I just don't know. I put a couple of videos up today about chemtrails. I never thought I'd ever in my life put up a video about chemtrails. But I was outside the snack van this morning, and there was 5 above me, perfect crosses, not cross as in Christian crosses, like X's, perfect X's. It's like they went right through the middle of each line, whatever, and it was just 5, bump, bump, bump. And then 2 hours later, I've looked out and it's just like cloudy, but not that cloudy way what we're used to. It was a misty cloud. It was really strange. And I'm like to myself, I've done a couple of videos and I put them up on TikTok, you know what I mean? Just for to put them up. So I don't know nothing about it, but somebody else might know something about it, and so I'll put them up. I'll probably stick it up I'll stick it up on YouTube, so you get a look at it. You should probably seen it by now. I don't know where I'm going to put this video out. It won't be long, but this video is about mental health, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Mental health and addictions. Because what's happened is, one of my friends has phoned up and some of my friends, my circle of friends, come here, are guys like me. That doesn't mean they've been through abuse and all that, but quite a lot have been through addictions and stuff like that. Every second man's been through addictions in the working class areas. And we want to help other guys, so we do. This is all we want to do, is help other men, and women. But it's mostly men that are struggling that come forward, and that's all we want to do, is help other men. And so basically it's going to be stuff about that. And it's like, I don't really know where I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to think as if I'm talking to somebody that's phoned me, because I'm thinking to myself, I was saying to my mate, listen, can you phone me? There's a young man going into rehab and that, and I was like, if you want, give him my number and phone me and I'll get a chat with him before he goes and that. And then I'm thinking to myself, because I'm already talking to a couple of guys, and I'm thinking to myself, if I just do a video with roughly about what I talk about, what I would say to these guys, then that would probably help, So basically, I'm going to start off with a big one: suicide. As you know from my experience, I have been down that road, and quite unusual coming out of prison. You'd think you would do it in prison, but it's actually me coming out of prison. The shocks, things weren't what I thought they would have been, and just my head was messed up, and tried to end it all, and so glad, you know what I mean. It wasn't a really honestly, it wasn't a cry for help. It was no. I never told nobody about it until I started doing these videos 5 or 6 weeks ago. I'd never spoke about it to nobody, and it was just, I thought, if I'm going to help people, I've got to be honest and truthful. So I've been as honest and truthful as I can be, and that was a big hard one. But I hear you, baby. Come on, let's go. It's like, it's like talking about it. Wow, because I've always carried that with me. Because like I say, I am a Christian. I do believe in God. Not a practicing Christian, but I try my best. Like I say, I don't go to church. The church is in here, and I always carried that attempted suicide with me, and really disappointed myself, because this is what I said to a guy the other day, last week, that just was honest and open, and he says, I'm thinking about it, and I was like, thank God you told me, man. The hardest bit was that one week, and it was and I could see, because I promise you, people don't come out and say that to you. They will not. The people that are thinking about it will not tell you. Because the whole point of suicide is doing it when you don't tell nobody. That's the whole thing, I think, with suicide, So you've got to really look for it, especially if, somebody's talking. And when I get somebody going down that way of talking, I straight away make them feel comfortable. I make sure that they can keep going. It's not dragging it out of them, but it's laying the foundations so they're able to let it flow out. And that's sort of part of the trick, I think. Because when somebody does start talking to you, you can pretty much put it in your head that they're probably thinking about suicide, and stuff like that. But it's something that somebody has to say, And once it's out, you know, and it's amazing. It is amazing, like, because then we can discuss it, talk about it, find out why, what it really means, you know. Like, this particular guy has children and all the rest of it, but, you know, he's going through a thing, and, you know, he's fighting to see his kids. What a lot of men go through, and he's at a loss. He feels like giving up, you know. And what I'm able to say about that is, like, these two things, you know. So, if you believe in God, right, Christian and that, and the Bible, you know, the Bible says if you commit suicide, you go to hell, right? Now, I can understand that. Now, if you don't believe in the Bible and you're one of them ones thinks the Bible is a sort of book that's to keep us all right, and it comes from whoever created us, whether you think that's aliens and the angels came out of the sky were aliens and that was translated, it's lost in translation over the years, or somebody's hidden all that fact, you know, because if it did come out that there was aliens and all that, and what would all the people, everybody in Islam and Christianity and Hindu and all the rest of it say? You know, because their creator and Adam and Eve and all that would blow out of the water, wouldn't it? But so if you are one of them people who think like that, then you've got to understand there's a creator. We didn't just pop up out of nowhere. There is a creator, and the creator, we don't know how powerful that creator is. We don't know how strong he is. How you doing? You all right? You okay? Yeah, thanks. Come on. Come on, Bailey. Yeah. So there is a creator. Somebody created us. We've got owners, you know, and whatever you want to believe, you believe. You know what I mean? But one thing we all know, somebody owns us. There's a creator. There's a boss, and if he's put all that effort into creating us. Because this is pretty amazing, but, you know, how we're able to walk and talk and touch and feel and love and hurt and all the emotions. It's pretty amazing stuff, life, isn't it? We're different than everything. We're different than all the other animals. We stand right out, you know. So if you take your own life, that creator, there's no doubt in my head, isn't going to be happy. Whatever you think he is, he's not going to be happy. And you sort of understand where the Bible's coming from. If you commit suicide, you will go to hell. You know, whatever hell is. Now, you know, I'm not saying hell's fiery. I don't believe none of that, you know. I got my different beliefs, but hell will not be a good place. I know that. It will be, whatever you think hell is, you can probably multiply it by 1,000, you know. Somebody's probably don't even grasp what hell could be like, you know. And you know, the reason why you can't grasp it is quite simple. Because if everybody knew how bad hell would be, then everybody would be good. And that's no good. You know what I mean? That's no good. You got to work it out yourself. You got to decide whether you're going to be good or bad. You know, and that's when judgment comes at the end, you know. Because you had the choice. You were given the choice. Freedom. You were given the freedom to do as you please, say as you please, and behave as you please. And it's down to you as a human being, an individual. You can't blame nobody else in this world how you behave. And you can be bad, but not be bad. You can do bad things, but not be a bad person. So never forget that neither if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I've done this and done that. Where was your head at? Why did you do it? Was it really you? You know, because mental health, that's another thing altogether. When we talk about God and when we talk about what happens is when we die, the mental health bit's another thing. It could be another person, it could be somebody just trying to stop us all getting to the good place, you know, and putting mad thoughts in our head. It's a big rabbit hole to go down, but just keep it all simple. Some of us don't have the mental power to go down these rabbit holes, you know. Come on, girl. Come on. Some of us don't have that mental ability. It can be dangerous for some people. So just keep things simple. There's definitely somebody in charge. We didn't just poof. It wasn't a big bang. You know, we don't know that now. Come on, girl. There's somebody definitely in charge. And they think very highly of their subjects, us, you know, and we have no right at all to take us, to stop us carrying on. And you've got no right to take anybody else's. This is another big one. That's the big one, you know. It's not just about taking your own life. You've got no right to take anybody else's life, and you'll be punished just as bad. Because that's how important life is. And that's one of the things when I talk to guys or girls that are struggling, I always say that. And it keeps, it gets rid of all the nonsense in the book, and keeps it all pretty simple, you know. I'm not saying it works. It's worked so far, you know, I have to say. I'm not, so far it's worked, but um, it keeps things simple. And sometimes when your head's full of all sorts, you need just simple things, So I always try and keep it simple and try and use different ways of explaining to people of how to deal with their mental health. It's the same with treating your brain like it's your wee brother or sister that's constantly funnying about. It's constantly looking up at you to hear what you're saying, see what you're doing, so it can decide what way to go for the rest of the day. Because he's your wee brother, you're going to look after him, you're going to be running about after him for all day. So he's either going to have a good day or a bad day, your wee brother, and that determines your day. And it's all about what you say, If I wake up in the morning and it's raining and go, fucking shitty day, man. And I can just, that horrible feeling where, what a shitty day, where does summer go? It's like, that's me telling my wee brother that I'm not happy and I don't like the day, So I'm going to get nothing out of him that way. He's going to be the same down in it, and it's just going to snowball from there, And it's exactly the same like when I get up and this is what I do and it's raining and I say it's a beautiful day, because every day is a beautiful day when you're alive. If you wake up in the morning, I had a really good friend, one of my best friends, and his name was Zach, and he died in his sleep. So he did, and just 1 minute he's here, 1 minute he's gone, no saying goodbyes or nothing, no preparation, no illness, no nothing, just gone, went to sleep, didn't wake up. So it's important that you know these things, because it's so easy to just go to sleep and not wake up. It's, it's up to, it's just a roulette, it's a roulette, isn't it? It's a roulette. Come on, kiddo. And yeah, you've got everything to be, and no matter how bad your life is, I can honestly tell you it will get better, Come on, girl. Bailey, this way. No sticks. What's she up to? Come on, girl, no sticks. What is that? Is that a dead animal? It has to be a dead animal, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a dead pigeon. I'm not going to show you that. Pretty fresh, so it is. Pretty fresh. Come on, girl, away from that. Yeah, I think the fox has got it. Yeah, it's like mental health isn't just. I think there's a lot more to it, and I honestly think everybody's different. That's why you can't just study to work with mental health. I think it's a bit of a myth. It's these people that go to college and then become psychologists and sociologists, because if you studied to do that 20, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, then things have changed, majorly changed, And you're not going to get any experience from learning in books and stuff like that. You're not going to understand, because nobody talks about it. What I done a sociology degree in the prison, and I found that it skirted along the issues, but it didn't really it didn't really understand in the working class. It was all firm well saying the mortality rate is higher. Some people die of smoking and it's higher working classes and alcoholism. It's pretty easy to work all that out, you know what I mean? It doesn't take rocket science. And then you've got domestic abuse and all the arms and legs that come off all these addictions, And it's no hard to work certain, you put 2 and 2 together and get 4. It's so simple. When it's But everything changes. It's like a big pot of soup that's constantly mixing, with the odd new ingredients getting thrown in that nobody's tasted before. So it's really difficult to come up with a really good soup under them circumstances. And anybody that says that they can are lying. It's as simple as that. And I don't have the answers. I can only tell you what I've experienced in my life, And, I went through life without getting mental health help. I had that sort of thing, I've been a big thinker and deep thinker, and I've let my mind go many places. And all the solitary confinement I've done, you imagine sitting in a room with nothing, day in, day out, for like months at a time, as a young man, even weeks at a time. Days at a time's enough, you know what I mean? But It's a strange place for the mind. That's all I'll say. And it's like, I don't know, but maybe because of that, I mean, I seem to see things a lot differently, and I can read people, I can look at somebody like, there's a guy the day, and I've known him for about 3-4 weeks, meeting him every other day, sometimes every day for 5-10 minutes at a time. Right? He comes to the snack van, they get his breakfast, so, and then the day he was talking about, he had a biopsy, and he was showing his mate, and I just was nosy, what's that? And he goes, a biopsy. And he was like, I knew. I could tell there was something with this guy that wasn't, it's something big in his life, And he's a guy that works on a building site, and just a normal guy, you know what I mean? And I know not a person in the world would have picked this up, you know what I mean? But I knew there was something underlying in this guy's life that was major, that, I just knew I wasn't getting the full guy. The full guy wasn't there, I can't explain it any other way, but it's just, I don't know, just being around guys in prison all my life and all that, I don't know, I'm just really good at reading people. I can look into somebody's eyes and I tell you exactly what they mean, what they're wanting to do with me, if they mean me harm, or if they're kind, or if they're caring, or if they're indifferent, but it's a really good trait to have, to be honest with you. It makes my life a lot easier, and to be honest with you, when you're in the working class areas, you do believe that everyone's bad, It's difficult because so many people are going through so much stuff in their lives, and like, it's, people are angry, and there's a lot of mental health issues, and it's really, really easy to get caught up in thinking that everywhere's bad and everybody's bad, and it's this life is shit, But then if you look at people in a different light, you start seeing things completely different. You see sadness. That's what I see. I see sadness everywhere. I see men putting on brave faces. You say, how you doing? And they just come back too quick and too hard and too loud. But yeah, I'm great. Everything's brilliant. There's little things like that. And it's sad, you know what I mean? It really is sad. And it's just like with mental health, you know what I mean? One of the biggest problems I find with mental health is that people think, and it's getting that thinking process in order. It's almost like not caring. You've got to get yourself where you really don't care. I know that sounds terrible, but you don't care what people think about you. Because the truth of the matter, nobody's thinking about you. You do something silly or stupid or embarrassing, and you think everybody that's seen it, that was there, will be talking about it over the dinner table and telling their friends and going on social media, but it's not, because most people, even though it might be a big deal to you, all these people have got bigger deals going on in their lives, all different things. But you don't see that. You only see you. You only see what's about you, and it's so easy to think that people are thinking about you, you know what I mean? But once you realise that nobody cares about you, everybody's too busy caring about themselves and their own carry-on relationships and their kids and school and feeding and clothing and gas, electricity, And that's, once you get that into your head, that's a good step up in the right direction. You're almost invisible. You can become invisible. So you can. You really can, and it's all about your attitude, you know what I mean? It's all about your attitude. Like, I'm hyper vigilant, right? So I have this problem where I've always got to look behind me. I've always got to look around me, where anywhere, any road I go into, street I go into, car park, I've got to be aware. I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking around behind me, and I don't even know I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It's other people have said to me about it. I have never noticed it, to be honest. It's just like a normal thing for me. Being aware of your surroundings, And that is like, if you're like that, I suppose, you think you stand out, you know what I mean? With me thinking now, what I know, what I've been told, I'm thinking, geez, I almost look ridiculous, but you don't, you just, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you look like, let's put it in the perspective, for people that have been through what I've been through. There's communities where I stay, where I have stayed, where my friends stay, all around me, everywhere. From Belfast to Scotland to England to Wales. And in them communities, to put sex offenders. Okay, and most times the community know, right? And the odd time you'll get a bit of trouble, but 9 times out of 10, nobody bothers. There's a bit of mumbling here and there. Maybe get eggs thrown at the window, but most of the cases, nobody cares. So you got to look at it like that. If you think people are staring at you or looking at you or talking about you, right? Put yourself in the shoes of these men and what they must be thinking, Put your comparison yourself with these monsters, and then you'll realise that, it's not really, people aren't really giving a damn, But that's just an example of one thing that I know that I can bring, this is the things you won't hear anywhere else, because a psychologist isn't going to say that to you, or a psycho. And I'm not telling you that I'm a doctor or can fix people or anything else. I can help people. I know that. I've been told that loads of times, and I've helped people, and I know I help people. And it's a driving force of why I do this as well. I am going to get better at it, because I am a wee bit all over the place, and if I get it all categorised into categories and put them categories with different types of people, because I'm dealing with people right now that have lost loved ones. And some people are Generation X, some a bit younger, The younger ones, I wouldn't know, because it's a different way. They haven't lived our life, so I don't think I'd be able to help younger ones, unfortunately, because it's just a different way of life. I don't know what makes them tick with the internet and social media. I don't know enough about all that, what it does to the brain and psychologically how it works, but I can tell, I know how psychologically things work if you've been through child abuse, which a lot of people have. And like I said in my last video, a lot of people I'll say last video, but this is probably going to go up in a couple of days. Like I said, it's like, thrown off a wee bit there. I'm sorry guys, but basically I'll just rewind a wee bit and just say, this is like, all I can do is bring what I've experienced and how I've dealt with it, because I'm really strong, and I don't know where I get that strength from. You know what I mean? The happiness I feel in my heart, I don't know where it comes from. I don't understand it, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know if it's because I've been so unhappy. I don't know if there's a scale, and if you go really down in that scale, like unhappiness, and then you sort of, because you go so down in dumps and so unhappy, that you have to be equal in happiness. You've got to come up, so where people don't go through any extremes or any trauma, and everything's happy and they've got everything they want. Their parents are millionaires and they get all the top doctors and psychologists, all private out of their nut, you know what I mean? Then their life would just go like that in one line, they're unhappy, you're happy, I'm going holiday, oh, they're happy, and they say, oh, this is happy, go to the fairground, oh, this is happy. But basically they're just flatlining. Whereas me, I think, because I went down after my mum died, and went down and down and down and down, and then was down there for so long, and then in about 30s I came back up, I don't know, 25, I don't know when, you know what I mean? Because I was never ever as happy, you know what I mean? I can trust me on that, but I don't know when, but I don't know if it's because of that. And then the further I went down is the higher I go up, if you know what I mean, because it's yin and yang and the opposite and all black, white, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, whatever, there's one side and an opposite, there has to be a negative, there has to be a positive, I don't know if it's something like that, chemically, I honestly have no clue, but all I do know is if you are going through a hard time and suffering, it just takes a penny to drop. One penny, I promise you. And I know for a fact, come on, Billy. I know for a fact, I know this for a fact, there'll be people watching me right now and going, I wish it was that easy. Believe you me, I know exactly where you come from. You're convinced that nobody will ever fix you. You're convinced that you'll never be happy. I get that. And that's one of the big things. That's one of the things that keep everybody down. Because you'll never get happy if you keep thinking like that. This is the thing with the wee brother. If that wee brother or wee sister keeps on thinking, you keep on saying, I'm never going to be happy, I'm always going to be happy, life is rubbish, I hate my life, why is it always happening to me, it's not fair, blah, blah. Then your wee brother will carry that on, And you just sit back and autopilot and you're just following your wee brother about. That's how I look at it. That's how I deal with it. My wee brain is my wee brother. And I've got to give him direction. I've got to make sure if I'm down in the dumps, I'm fucked because he's down in the dumps. And because I love him so much and he's so part of my life, I can't help but fucking follow him everywhere he goes. And you lose yourself. You do lose yourself. You do. And you just become up here. It's all up here. And that's where the damage gets done, because you're not up here, you're in here. And that's all I can tell you. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but that up there isn't me, 100%. That runs right sometimes. I'm in here. This is where I am. And I've got to control that up there. And how I control it is by how I've just explained to you. Treating it like my little brother or my little sister. Whatever you are, if you're male or female or whatever, I don't know. You can, I don't know, you can use your own metaphor, you know what I mean? Metaphor, honestly. But that's worked for me, you know what I mean? And to this day, I've been doing that for years now. And I've never been told to do that. I've never heard that. Or I don't think you'll hear that anywhere else because I know it came from my head, But yeah, I can't say it's going to work for you, but it's a sort of start, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody's going to come on here and say, oh, you shouldn't say that, that's the wrong thing to say. I don't know. All I'm saying is, guys, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so yeah, just keep myself covered, like, but I don't wish anybody any harm. That's the thing. I really genuinely am trying to help people, and I only know what I know. I only know what I know, and like I say, I've never had professional help, you know what I mean? I'm going to a professional 3 visits. This is my 3rd visit, was on Friday, and I come out worse than I went in. You know what I mean? Talking about myself and stuff like that, and stuff I've been through, and because I'm wanting to get it out, I'm trying to understand other stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm wanting to know what she's coming with, because my problem is anger. My problem is I'm really violent. I can be really violent, and it's like, I don't know what it is like, but it's just a defense system I've had since I was a wee boy, and I just cannot let anybody do anything to me. I don't even like guys touching me. Like, I've got mates that are awful touchy, man. They're always like, and when they're telling you a story, and I've got to say to them, don't touch me. And it's horrible because I don't want to come across like a weirdo, you know what I mean? Because I'm not. I just don't like guys touching me. It's like cringe. It's like getting an electric shock every time they touch me. But yeah. I'm not going to go on and on. I'll do this again, I think what I'll do is anytime I have this jumper on, I'm broken, but I'm okay. I'll probably do stuff like this. So if you see the grey jumper, just like this, if you see it at all underneath. I've got a Belfast jumper and I've got this jumper. So my Belfast jumper, I'll talk about Belfast stuff. I think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? I've just come up with that idea, by the way. Just as I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, I'll probably try and do something like that. So anybody wanting to watch a particular video, you don't have to go on to all my ramblings, you know what I mean? But that's just a wee start, a wee bit with suicide, and something that you can say to people. Try and put them in a simple way about what, because if it's all for and well, no matter how bad you are and how bad a state of mind you are. If you think to yourself, if I kill myself, if I think it's bad here, I'm in for a shock. Maybe that's enough just to get people to slow down and stop and think a wee bit. Maybe not. If somebody's, I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah, and just a bit with the brain, I know a long way about getting that wee bit out, you know what I mean? I didn't know I was going to say that, to be honest with you. Like I say, I never know what I'm going to say, and like, maybe one day I'll start sitting down taking notes, because somebody did say to me, like, one of my mates said to me, like, if you did sit down and take notes and like plan what you're going to say, you probably do a lot more good, you know what I mean? But I also think it's important that it's raw and from the heart and from the head, you know what I mean? I think, I see some of these guys just reading all the time, and I don't know, I like to hear what people have got to say themselves, and that, I think it's important, you know what I mean? And I think they'd be taken seriously. I need to do this if I'm going to help anybody. You've got to know who the person is, and see if the person is just reading stuff off the internet or something, you know what I mean, or just copying other people or something. I do copy other people, but I always, like, if I copy something, and talk about it. I'll put it up in the description on TikTok, like I would normally do that. But that's normally about immigration and stuff like that. It's never really about mental health. I done a mad video today about um chemtrails. I don't even know how to pronounce it because I've never spoke about it before. But I done a video about that this morning. That's on TikTok as well. So it's Freedom Dad on every platform. So X, you need to get into one of the comments on one of the posts and say, Freedom Dad, I'm trying to get in touch with you, so I need to follow you for you to send me a message. I found that out this morning. And yeah, so I said to get in touch with me is through X, you know, get a Twitter account. It's so easy to do, like, you know what I mean? Anybody has problems with it, send me a message. So leave a comment saying you don't know how to do it, and I'll do a video showing you exactly how to do it. You know, that's not a problem. And I'll put it up on YouTube. But you know, everybody should have an X account, 110%. The way things are going right now, the way all these companies are shutting everybody down, you're not allowed to talk about this, you're not allowed to tell the truth. So X is the only platform where we're able to tell the truth, where you're getting the facts, you're seeing the nitty gritty of the world today. It's horrible. It's horrible. If you don't want to know the truth about what's really going on in Britain, stick to Sky News and Channel 4 News and BBC. You know, if you're one of them type of people who wants to live in a silver coated, fluffy, clandy floss land, then stick to the mainstream media. But yeah, X is the place to be, guys. You know, I'm not really one for promoting things and that, like, but you know, you've got to go to X. That's where everybody's gathering. You know, it's the, as they say, the town centre. So it is. It's everybody's town centre where we all meet up and talk and pass on information and, you know, stuff like that. It's really good, really good. You can't be nasty or nothing. There's guidelines and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm not going to go on and go on. So I hope. Please let me know please let me know in the comments whether this is any good or not, because I really do not know. I really do not know. And that's the only way I know is hanging. I'm going to have a shave. I need to get new razors. I don't have no razors this morning when I had in the shower. So I was like, it'll be fine. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get razors a day. I'm going to hopefully get a wee look at a wee stick a day. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Thanks very much, everybody. Like I said, I don't really ask for anything, but you know, if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. You know, don't do anything personalised. It just, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know why, but you know, it's nice. You know what I mean? And if you want, leave me a comment. I'll read every comment and I'll reply to any comments that I need to. You know, obviously, if you're, I'll love heart. Just to let you know, I do read them. I love heart them, just so you know I've read your comment. I'll hit it with a wee love heart. But you know, I can't reply to every single thing because I'll be here all day. So there is people prioritizing with comments and certain things that people say that I feel I need to reply to. So hope you understand. Have a really good Monday, guys. I hope the start of the week and the rest of the week is really good for you. And God bless you all.